First, though, let's go live to Goodison and join our reporter, Vinny O'Connor. Vinny, very good evening. Now, this is unprecedented in the Premier League. How has Everton reacted?
You've said it already, Mike. They said they were surprised and disappointed in their statement. I think it's also fair to say that around Goodison Park this afternoon there's been a fair smattering of anger as well, because Everton will point to the fact that they've been punished over an overspend, but they will argue that overspend was brought about due to unforeseen and unprecedented circumstances, and as such there is justifiable mitigation. They will point to the fact that they've been punished as regards interest payments on their new stadium at Bramley Moor Dock. And with regard to that, when you look at the fact that planning permission was granted in 2021, in the final quarter of that financial year, interest payments were effectively allowed to be written off against profit and sustainability rules. However, in the following financial year, 2022, it appears that those interest payments were not allowed to be written off against profit and sustainability rules. On top of that, of course, as well, the war in Ukraine saw them sever financial links with USM. They had 15 commercial deals with USM, and on top of that, there was also the potential for a £200 million naming rights deal for their new stadium. That, again, was not allowed to be activated once planning permission had been granted for that stadium, because that was obviously the deal that was in place. And on top of that as well, they also lost player X for no transfer fee, when feasibly, under normal circumstances, Everton could have commanded a fee of around about £10 million as well. So that is why there is surprise, that is why there is disappointment within the football club that has not been taken as regards mitigation in this case. And as such, this afternoon they released that statement, and it was also confirmed by their acting CEO, Colin Chong, that they intend to appeal the verdict.
Myself and everybody at the club are shocked and disappointed by the ruling of the Premier League Commission. We believe the sanction is disproportionate and wholly unjust. The club's view is that the harshness and severity of this punishment are neither a fair nor a reasonable reflection of the evidence that was submitted to the Commission. For that reason, the club intends to appeal the outcome before the Premier League Appeals Board. This is a sporting sanction that directly impacts supporters. The club and our players and staff and our fans will stick together in the face of what the club believes to be an unprecedented and disproportionate sanction. As we enter the next phase of this legal process, there is no further comment we can or will make, but rest assured, we will be standing up for Evertonians and our great club.
Well, Vinny, he mentioned it there, the fans. It's always the fans who suffer. So how have they reacted to the news?
Well, Everton fans have taken on a similar stance to Colin Chong there, and they intend to stand up for their football club as well. I think they're a pretty realistic bunch, though, on top of that. The fact is that they recognise that Everton have breached rules and do deserve to be punished. But again, Everton fans do not feel that the punishment is in line with the crime. They're being hit with a footballing sanction, effectively, when it's more a financial problem that has caused Everton to be in this position. Now, Everton fans have once again come together under the banner altogether now and released a statement of themselves. So this is what they had to say. We write as concerned fans of Everton Football Club. The punishment handed out today by an independent commission is disappointing, to say the least. Whilst we understand the need for rules to be followed and standards upheld, this punishment only punishes the fans, players and management team. It's no secret that our club has been run incompetently at the top for several years now. The fans took it upon themselves to push for change and force the removal of an underperforming board that broke your rules. The people who broke your rules are not the ones suffering. In recent years, we witnessed 6 clubs try to destroy the English football pyramid and line their own pockets. Yet when punishments were handed out, we were told you can't punish the fans. It's not their fault. And measly fines were all that they got. Why is the same logic not applied now? As we have shown time and time again, the spirit of the Blues will hold firm, and we will work all together now to not only make sure we survive for another top-flight season, but push back against the corruption that is ruining our beautiful sport. So that's the stance of the Everton fan groups at the moment that have come together on a day that has been unprecedented, as we say, in Premier League history. Everton being hit with that 10-point deduction, but of course the football club is appealing that verdict.
Dejected. All you ask for is fairness. Ultimately, if Everton are found guilty for breaching the rules, and you breach the rules, right, and Everton should be rightly sanctioned for breaching the rules, but the crime has got to justify the punishment, and it doesn't, or the punishment's got to justify the crime, and it doesn't, does it? 10 points, you get 9 points for administration. So Everton may as well have just gone into administration and took the 9 points.
There are mitigating circumstances. We spent a load of money on players, and we've overspent according to the rules. But there were other factors involved in this, and I know that the club's going to appeal, and quite right they should appeal, because there seems to be a certain amount of unfairness attached to this.
I think it's excessive. I feel like the fans are really getting punished. I feel like, you know, it's a sporting fine, and we've been issued with a sporting sanction. You know, off the field, the finances haven't been great. You know, Everton are guilty. They've been found guilty, and they should be rightfully punished. However, this is an off-the-field matter. It's a punishment that's been given to the mismanagement off the field. It feels like us, the fans, are getting punished due to the sporting of the implications now. 10 points deduction. It's really down, and you know, it's hard to take as a fan.